So the driveway I put in held up really well. They're starting to get some rock put out here, but unfortunately they had the same massive rain that I did and never got a ditch cut through the berm. So he's got about a 3-acre lake right now. So I'm coming over here with the Yanmar. I'm gonna drop the grading bucket off, put the digging bucket on. There's one spot in the berm over there I need to dig a ditch and actually let the water in, and I'm going to go into that corner over there, dig a ditch out to the old channel where the runoff ditch was, and let the water out. So that's the plan for this afternoon. Shouldn't take too long. Off we go. So there was a ditch that was supposed to drain through here, and it's got a lot of water backed up on the neighbors, so we're going to be neighborly and dig a ditch through there to drain that out. And that's a lot of water, but it's only like a foot deep. So back in that corner over there is another ditch I'm going to dig to drain that out as well. So let's see if I can make my way up on top of the berm over here to cut a ditch through there. Then we'll go down here and let it all out. So there's a lot of water backed up here behind this berm. I'm going to cut a ditch through here and let it drain over here into the area they pushed out. Eventually he will kind of spread all this out and make a nice walkway around here. And I think they got a little overzealous, but we'll probably end up taking this dirt when it dries out, pushing it back all up in here to kind of raise that up and level it off a little bit better. Well, that's draining down now and filling up the lake. So I'm gonna go down the berm over there into that corner, dig another ditch out into the woods to let it continue to drain through the woods. That's where I was. Here's where I'm at now. I'm gonna try to dig a ditch through here real quick, start letting this out over here into the woods. Come on, Mr. Jeff, see what you can do. See how deep the lake is. Kerplunk! Well, that's got good flow off into the woods. It's pretty much like that for the next 2 miles, so it'll just kind of spread out in the woods like it's always done. That should definitely take care of a lot of his lake. I just don't know if they've dug it deeper than it is on the ground back here, but I'm about to get stuck with the Yanmar, so I've done all I can do for right now. Well, back over here 2 hours later, and majority of all that has run out, so that's a good sign. Should kind of keep draining down as well. They might have to go out there and cut a little ditch right there as well, but good to go now. That was probably as close as I've ever been to getting that excavator stuck. I had mud all the way up to the bottom of the cab right there. That been a while since I've had it that deep, so yeah, that's why the ditch got dug in that corner. That's as far as I felt safe, and I was second guessing if I was going to make it back out of there. I'm gonna take the shovel and get some of this mud off before putting it back on the trailer.